Alrighty guys, let's try this again. Screwed up the first video I was me trying to make for this. This is the 353 that's brand new. Gentleman reached out to me, said he wanted to buy it. I think he's out in California, but he wanted it ported. So we come up with an arrangement. I do believe he wants spark arresters in this. So I think for the muffler mod, I think I'll modify the existing one, keep a spark arrestor in it, and then I think I got a Dino Joe to trim it to fit, but I think I got a Dino Joe. When I get this all ported and back together, I'll have to do some looking and see where I can mount that. I think I'll just do an extra one of them. If not, possibly make a new one and just have a big one go across. I don't know. I'll figure it out. He wants spark arrestor, so I'll find a way. This thing is essentially a 346. It's just a large bore 346. It's 45 millimeter. Nice thing is this one does have a flat top. I was worried it was going to be dished, so I'm thankful for that. I am on the fence about cutting the chamber on this one. It has 1 millimeter bigger bore, roughly 1 millimeter. It's 50cc. Depending on which way you want to look at it, the original 346 had a 42 millimeter, and this is 45 millimeter, and then the 50cc 346 had a 44.3 millimeter. So depending on what one you look at, it's either almost a millimeter or 3 millimeters bigger. And it's the same crankcase, same flywheel, same coil. Looks like to be the same carburetor setup and primer bulb setup and top cover as the 50cc edition 346. Gas tank's all the same. It's full mag metal case. It's a really sweet saw. This one's brand spanking new, but this one has a tiny combustion chamber. And if I was to cut the chamber on this, I would probably have to stage it in 2 or 3 stages to get the bandwidth that I want. And then after cutting it and then reshaping it, I would be probably at the same CCs I am now, if not a smidge over, which is not what I want to do. So I think my plan for attack on this one is to get the wheel mounted to it without the gasket and see what my squish is, and go from there. Figure out what the stock numbers are. If the exhaust is where I can manipulate it where I want it, if the exhaust is low enough where I can manipulate it where I want it, then we won't be cutting the chamber. If the exhaust is not where I want it, like say if it's too high, then we'll be cutting the chamber. I want to do a warm, solid, reliable work saw build on this. So that's what I'm thinking for on this. On another subject, I'm very, very, very limited on time. I don't know if you guys noticed that, my videos have been far and few between lately. I just don't have time. I've got my hands full. There's a ton of crap going on behind the scenes. Kids were moved out. The other one just moved back in. I don't know for how long. Trying to help her out. She's going through some stuff. I've got my wife. I'm hoping she can get things straight growing and together. It's been hard on her and me lately. But if we have talked, like in the emails, my Facebook Messenger emails, even text messages, because it's getting to be where quite a few people have my number now. and I get blowed up all the time, which I understand having a YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys noticed, I ain't really been on Facebook hardly at all. I jumped on there earlier. Somebody wanted to know how to fix their plastic case chainsaw, and I told them steel makes a repair stud for it. But that's about the extent. So if you guys have tagged me in videos or pictures or memes or any of that stuff and I haven't responded to it, it's just I haven't been on there looking. We have too much crap going on. But through the emails and my text messages, if you've sent me a question about porting and then I agreed to do your saw and sent you my shipping information so you can get me the saw, don't mess around, get that out to me, because my time is very limited, and if I decide to take on 3 saws for this whole month, I need them saws to come in the order that I talked to you guys about, so it doesn't flood my time schedule up. I got very, very, very limited time, so it's like I don't want to be knee deep in one of my projects and then all of a sudden have one of someone else's saw show up and then I have to slide my project onto hold and then try to bust them out. I don't like feeling rushed. I don't like feeling overwhelmed. So many viewers get a hold of me, and it's so hard to, I say no a lot of the time. So when I do say I take one on, it's like rolling the dice. It's like gambling. I don't take them all on. And if I've done one for you already, then typically it's a little easier because the ice is already broken, and we've already had dealing. So it's a lot easier to deal with somebody. That's why a lot of times it's easier to report one that I've already done. I've had a few people that I think they were saw flipping. They'd want me to do one and then they'd flip it and then send another one and then flip it or whatever. I'm not real keen on that. I mean, I know it's your saws, you can do what you want with them, but there's other people that want a ported saw too, and so I kind of put a squash to the guys that were flipping. I just there's so many other people that would love to have one and keep it. So it is what it is. But if we've agreed to do a saw with you, get it out to me so I can quickly and efficiently get it done and back out the door to you. So I think I can't even remember all who I talked to. The messages get pushed down so fast, so quick, it's very hard to keep track unless you message me daily or something. But I've got 2 372s that I want to get in on. I got a 372 I got to do for a buddy's kid yet. I'm thinking about buying a powder coat machine because I want to do these 4910 cases up in lime green. So I'm gonna hunt down a cheap oven, and I'm gonna buy a cheap powder coat kit, and then I'll buy that Kawasaki green powder coat, and then I can get started on that. I think I'm gonna attempt to do my own full circle crank on that. Out of this crank, or I have a good crank and a blowed up part saw that I can might take the crank out of the part saw because that crank's brand new. I might take the crank out of the part saw and split that one's case and get that crank out and then do that one for my first go around. I gotta find the steel too. Thinking about picking up a Harbor Freight little flat roller too, because I could just get the little banded material and then keep rolling it and squishing it down, and get the diameter that I want, and then TIG weld it all together or whatever. So that's just something I've been tinkering around with. I want to do a full circle crank build on that one. I've already got all the plastics blacked out. I think that'll be really cool to do. And then let's see. Trying to think. I got so much going on, so much on my plate. Still need to get to my 026 project someday. I'm still looking for 661 carcass. Still looking for 7310 carcass or part saw. I'm looking for a 357 carburetor. I might reach out. I gotta look and see what that 357 needs. I might reach out to a couple vendors and see if they want to sponsor that build. But that helps both parties when we do that. It gives them advertisement and helps me out. I got two 372s I want to do. I will be making a list of other saws that I'm going to send down the road. I got to do a little more thinking on it. I want to get this done and buttoned up first, and then whatever ones free floating in, get them done and out of here. And then I got a 4910 test cut video that I made on the same day as that 620 video. I just haven't released it yet. Figured I'll wait today. But I think that about covers it. So you guys take it easy and have a good one.